Hi, I'm Michaela, and I was teaching the I Accept Me series at Healing Art Studio. And I just wanted to do a special video for my kids that were signed up for that. They missed their last class, and we weren't able to do everything that I had planned for them. So we'll do a short class, and I have a craft in mind. I will post an example of that after I explain it. So today we're going to do some of the same things that we did before, which is what we were going to do anyways, to build on top of our skills and see how we get stronger and maybe feel a little bit more comfortable in the pose or with what we're doing. So today I figured we could use stuff that you hopefully have around the house, and if you don't have it, that's okay, you can do it without it. But if you do have like a belt, you might have a yoga strap like we used at class, but if you don't, you could use a belt, you could use somebody's tie, you could roll up a beach towel really skinny. So we're gonna start out doing a couple things with our straps, because I know that we had a lot of fun when we used them, and it's really good to warm up and stretch our bodies, and we talked about how important that is. So you can grab a towel if you have one, a chair if you usually use blocks, and then a strap. So we're gonna start out with our strap, and you are going to sit with your feet out, feet together. I know it's kind of hard to see everything. We're trying to do it the best we can for everybody on video. But we're gonna do exactly what we did in class. So you're gonna have your legs straight, or you might have them a little bit bent. You are gonna wrap the strap around your bottom feet and just pull forward and give yourself a little bit of a stretch. Remember, we're just warming up, nothing too crazy. And remember to breathe in, breathe out. It's important to remember. So we're gonna take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we'll bend forward, pull ourselves forward a little bit. Feels good to move if we're sitting a lot all day, which I know a lot of us are right now. So we'll come forward, and we'll have one leg bent in and the other leg straight. And again, you can have a little bend in your knee. You could have the towel under your knee, whatever you need to do to feel supportive. And we're just gonna kind of crawl forward here with that one knee bend. And you could even come down on the towel. I know we had those nice big pillows in yoga class, and we don't have them right now. But that's okay, you can use a bed pillow. So we're just gonna walk our arms back up. Maybe reach our arms up tall, take a deep breath in, make sure you're seated really nice on the floor. Exhale, bring your hands down. Beautiful. Now we're gonna switch our legs. Okay, and if you don't have a yoga mat, don't worry, you can always sit on a blanket, on a towel, just on your rug. You don't need anything to do yoga, just your body. So we're gonna walk our hands forward on the other side, just like we did. Take a couple breaths here. Okay, and we're gonna do that again. We're gonna reach up, inhale, shift in our seat a little bit, make sure we're nice and tall. Exhale, bring our hands forward. And now we're gonna crawl forward again. Come down to our elbows if we can, or just onto our hands. Okay, now we're gonna stand, and we're gonna do that. Inhale, arms up. Now we're gonna exhale. We're gonna do that again. It's called Wake Up Mountain. So inhale, arms up. Exhale. Feels pretty good to do that. So we'll do it one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Beautiful. All right, so before we do our warrior flow, we are gonna practice a couple of our balance poses. And before we do that, we're gonna practice our balance by taking that strap or that tie, whatever we have, or we could even just use a straight line on the floor. We're gonna line it up like that, and we're gonna see if we can balance walk across it a couple times. all your concentration and use all your strength. Practice that a couple times. Awesome job. All right, so now we're going to want to practice tree pose. Everybody loves to do tree pose. Tree pose is a really good pose to do before you maybe have to take a test, or maybe just do some kind of work that you're really not that excited about. It helps kind of calm you down and make it a little bit easier to focus on just a few things instead of all the things we have going around in our brain. So for tree pose, you start in mountain. So you want your feet about hips width apart, and our hands are open wide out to the front. Then we're gonna lean to one side and put all our weight in that one leg. And stand up nice and tall, have our toes out. And when we're ready, when we feel nice and strong, we're gonna reach our arms up, and we're also gonna lift our leg. And you don't want it on your knee, maybe below or above, but not right on. And if you fall out or you lose your balance, you just get back in the tree again. It might get windy. The wind actually makes the trees a lot stronger. Okay, so now we're gonna practice that on the other side, because that is one of the most important parts of yoga. Is if you do something on one side, you have to do it on the other. So if you ever catch me not doing that, you'll have to tell me. So now we're gonna start on the other side. So again, we're in mountain, strong, facing forward. We're gonna lean all our weight onto the other leg this time, pointing with our toe. Reach our arms up tall, or if we don't quite have our balance, we might have a tree, or we might have a chair, or you might be near the wall, so that you can have one arm up, one leg, and have something to stabilize you there. So that's always fine. Awesome, beautiful trees. Now we're gonna practice chair pose. And you can have your chair underneath you when you practice chair pose if you don't feel like you want to do it without something underneath you that could catch you. And what you're going to do for chair pose is you're going to be standing just like we were in mountain, hands out. We're going to reach our hands up to the sky, and then we're going to sit back as if we were going to sit in a chair. You might be a rocking chair, you might come up on your tiptoes, and come back up. So practice chair one more time. So we're in mountain, feet strong, reach our arms up, and sit back like we're sitting in a chair. And that's something else that you could lean against the wall and do if you want a little bit more support. Okay, now we're gonna move into our warrior flow. And I know some of you did this with me before. So for our warrior flow, we start out at the top of our mat, and we're gonna stand in mountain and take a few deep breaths. And we're gonna start with our right foot forward. So we're gonna take our left foot and step it back to the back side of our mat. It's gonna be about in the middle of our mat, maybe about as long as one of our legs are, is how far apart our feet are. And we can have our back foot on an ankle. We're just going to be in warrior pose with our arms up. Feel ourselves strong on the mat. Tell yourself, I am a warrior. And we'll open up to the side. Now into reverse warrior, we'll put our back hand down and reach our front hand forward. And take a deep breath and come up to both straight legs and face the mat forward. And we're just gonna go forward into a forward fold. Let your head hang. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And take a few breaths there. And when you're ready, we're gonna walk our hands the opposite way to the other leg. And And then you can walk your hands up your leg, or you can just come up. And when we come up, we'll see that we might have to adjust a little bit, but we will be in warrior pose on the other side. Awesome job. Arms strong and straight up, and when we're ready, we'll open to the front or to the side of our mat, and we can move our back foot as feels comfortable. It doesn't have to stay at the same angle. Into reverse warrior, so you're reaching that back hand down, and that might be just enough for you today, having that arm up, or you can really reach back, whatever feels good for you. And then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna come to the side and just hang forward. This time, why don't you just walk it out a little bit so we're in what's called wide leg down dog. Which feels pretty good. Take a few breaths there. And when you're ready, we're gonna come up. Awesome job. All right, so now we're gonna do our sun salutations, which is what we oftentimes ended our class with. So after we do those, I will explain the craft that I have in mind for you guys, and I'll show you an example. So to do our sun salutations, we're gonna come to the top of our mat, just like we started in warrior. And remember, sun salutations are really great to do in the morning. So even though you might not be going to school or somewhere else right now, you can still get yourself in a routine, and you can still get yourself up in the morning and do something awesome before you get going on whatever activities you have for the day. So these are perfect for that, but they're also just nice to do anytime. So you're gonna start at the top of your mat with your feet about shoulder width apart, and have your hands at your chest. So you're gonna be in the same position that we started in before. And you're gonna open your hands up like a butterfly. And then we're gonna lift up, butterfly up. You can give it a little bit of a back bend. You can just lift straight up, whatever's comfortable. Come forward into ragdoll. Hang there for a few breaths and plant your hands on the ground. Then you can step back into plank, or you can jump back into plank, whatever you like to do there, and stay in a strong plank for a few seconds. Then we'll go into down dog, upward dog, so we're gonna push our hips toward the ground, but not all the way down. Back into down dog. And then again, you can step forward, or from down dog, you can hop forward. We're gonna hang in ragdoll. Take a deep breath, butterfly up, arms up to the sky, and back to our heart. Awesome job. We're gonna go through it 2 more times. So butterfly up, butterfly down, ragdoll pose, putting our hands down, step or jump back into plank. Hips up into down dog, and let's do 3-legged dog this time. So 1 leg up, and what did I say before? Always have to do the other side, so. And upward dog. Downward dog. We're gonna step or jump forward. Hang here for a few moments. And butterfly up. Okay, we'll go through it 1 more time. Butterfly up, butterfly down, ragdoll, plank pose, downward dog, upward dog, downward dog again, jump forward, ragdoll, and butterfly up. Beautiful, awesome job. Okay, now we're just gonna sit in what some of you might call crisscross applesauce, or some other of us might call lotus pose. And we're just gonna take a few deep breaths. Relax for a little bit. You guys did a great job today. So the craft I have in mind for you, I'll tell you a little bit about it, and I'll put a picture below, is a self-portrait. So it's not anything that should take or would have taken you more than 5 or 10 minutes just at the end of class. So it doesn't have to be super detailed, but that might be your thing. You might love doing art, and if so, I would love to see it. But it could be just a simple line drawing, and then you're gonna split it right down the middle with a line. And on one side, you're gonna write how you see yourself. So maybe you're funny, maybe you're loving, maybe you get your feelings hurt kind of easy. And then on the other side, you're gonna put how you think other people might see you. And I would just love to see what you guys create. So I hope you enjoyed class today, and I will have more for you soon. I am looking forward to seeing your artwork and seeing your moves, and I miss everyone, and I hope you're all well and safe. Bye.